Hey everyone, my name is Chris Green. In this video, I'm going to be covering an in-depth tutorial on the song Holy Forever by Chris Tomlin and some other people. This song is in the key of D flat, so I'm going to be making use of my capo. If you don't have a capo, you can probably play along as well. I'll talk about some different keys that you can play this song in. This all comes to you through the power of YouTube. I was just in here this morning recording some other videos. Got a comment from a new subscriber wanting to learn this song specifically and thought I would oblige. So we're going to walk through everything on this song. Might be a little bit rushed, but if you enjoy the content, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you're already subscribed, and let me know what's helping. So if you have a song out there that you're working on specifically as it relates to praise and worship music, let me know in the comments section below. Might be able to put something out there for you so you can get ready for that Sunday service. Now, like I said, this song is in the key of D flat. If you are a male and you're singing along with Chris Tomlin, I assume you have a very high voice. When you're making use of the capo, you can move this thing anywhere you want. You just need to be mindful of how you're transposing the song. So I'm going to be teaching it to you using the chords C, F, A minor, G sus, etc. If you're having trouble with your F chord, making this bar chord or wrapping your thumb around, if that's giving you trouble, well, you can move the capo up and down the neck to change physically what you're playing, but it would still sound the same. For instance, let's say you really wanted to keep this in the key of D flat, but all you knew was G, C, E minor, and D. Well, you can take your capo, and if I play a G chord down here, it's G. If I put my capo on the second fret, that G is now an A. If I go to the fourth fret, that G is now a B, C, and then C sharp or D flat. So if you put your capo on the sixth fret, you can actually play this whole song in D flat, but with the chords G, E minor, D sus, and C. So that's my first recommendation going into this. If you're not comfortable using bar chords like F or anything like that, but you have figured out G, E minor, C, and D, you may just want to capo up to the sixth fret and play it up here using G shapes. The higher you go up the neck, the closer the frets are together. Sometimes that makes it easier to play the song. Now, another thing is, if you're singing this song and it's too high, well, then you can give yourself some room. Slide this thing down, capo on the fourth fret. Now you're in the key of B, and you can play G, C, E minor, and D all day long. Back to D flat. These are going to be the C chords, F, A minor, all that kind of stuff. So just know anytime I say the word C or C chord, what you're actually hearing is D flat. So the intro of this song, we're in 4/4, the timing. The intro is going to go something like this. The intro is very reminiscent of the pre-chorus, which goes, your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name stands above them all. Timing-wise, on that first chord shift, we're going from F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then C. So our F is going to get 3 beats. Then A minor is going to get the 4th beat. And then G sus gets a whole measure to itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever we see a C over E chord, what I'm going to be doing is very similar to the A minor 7, but I'm still fretting my ring finger on the A string to make a C chord. But what I want to emphasize is the D string because that's my E note. I want to emphasize that D string and higher. So it really makes it sound like a C over E chord rather than just a C chord. So here's my C chord. Here's my C over E chord. All it's missing is the A string. Strumming pattern wise, we're not doing anything crazy on the intro. It's very ambient, ominous. When you can do just one strum per chord, that would probably be sufficient. So that would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hadn't talked about the chords yet, but your ring finger for the C chord is going to be on the A string from the capo, the 3rd fret from the capo. Middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. Your pointer finger is on the 1st fret of the B string. And sometimes I'll throw my pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. Doesn't have to be there, but it's just kind of an anchor. Then your F chord, I'm highly recommending this wraparound technique with your thumb. Always remember, you don't have to, if you're trying to wrap around from here, rotate your wrist, bring it up around like this. You can see my thumb can hit like 3 strings at the same time. So that's just going to come from your hand getting used to a new posture. Our hands are not made necessarily to grab guitar necks like this. So it takes some work, but if you can produce a little bit of sound out of that low E string 1st fret, wrap around there. Ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string, and then again the pinky on that high E string 3rd fret. That A string, honestly, on an F chord, the A string could ring out. That would be just fine. Personally, I just don't like the sound of it on this F chord, so my thumb is actually muting it slightly. So we need our thumb to make a note on the 1st fret of the low E, but we also need it to mute that A string. All right, G sus chord, I'm going to use my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E. My middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the A string. Again, my pinky is on the 3rd fret of the high E. What makes it a G sus is having that 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string. That's your G sus. If you remove your pointer finger from the 1st fret of the B string, now it's just a G. That'll come up later. A minor 7 is basically your C chord we were playing earlier. Just remove your ring finger. So that's middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. On A minor 7, you don't want to hit the low E. Last chord on this song, I believe, we've got a D minor 7. So you got a little bit of a bar with D minor 7. Your 1st finger is going to be fretting the 1st fret of the B string and the 1st fret of the high E. And then your middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string. You're going to want to hit everything but the low E and the low A string. D minor 7. Now, let's go to the verse chords. The intro, like I said earlier, I'll just strum once per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, strumming pattern. Let's talk about this. I'm not a big fan of strumming patterns, but to get you started, what I would do is let's go to a C chord. I'm going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. Whenever you're doing an up strum, you're not trying to hit every string on the guitar. Okay? Introduce a little bit of feel to it. That's why I was saying about strumming patterns. They're totally necessary when you're starting out. But the sooner you can get away from strumming patterns and the sooner you can kind of develop that internal sense of rhythm, better off you're going to be. On these up strums, I'm really just hitting the high E, the B string, and the G string. It's not a heavy roll across all of them. Okay? So down, down, up, down, up, down, down. And we'll try to stick with that as long as we can. I can't make any promises, but on the verse chords, we're saying 1,000 generations falling down in worship to sing the song of ages to the Lamb. Now, chord-wise, we're going to repeat that again. Then the words are going to change. Let's add our strumming pattern now, going into verse 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, notice on the changes there, the verses, 1,000 generations falling down in worship. So falling down in worship, we're splitting our strumming pattern, or we're splitting the measures between an F chord and the C. So the F chord gets down, down, up, down, up, down, down. F chord gets a down, down. Then we need to change chords for the up, down, down. Again, I'm even confused with the strumming patterns. But again, verses, 1,000 generations going from C, falling down in worship to sing the song of ages to the Lamb. And all who've gone before us and all who will believe will sing the song of ages to the Lamb. All right, then the pre-chorus, we have an F chord is the highest. Same thing that we did on the intro. The A minor is going to get the fourth beat. So starting on F, your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name stands above them all. Stay on the F, all thrones and dominions, all powers and positions. Your name is the D minor. The D minor is a cool little transition going into the chorus. So on the word all, we need to roll that D minor 7. All right, on the chorus, and the angels cry, holy, all creation cries, holy, you are lifted high, holy, holy forever. Yeah, I think down, down, up, down is going to last you through just about this whole song if you want to do that. On the chorus, we have a lot of transitions here. So, and the angels cry, holy. So it's almost like holy's got 2 O's in it. Holy. You want to wait on the second O for your A minor chord. I'll count that out. 1, 2, chorus, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. We haven't talked about the C sus chord. Similar to the G sus, where we're adding a note to the chord that's already there. On your C chord, to make a C sus, you want to put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the D string. So this C sus is introducing the note F to a C chord, which is normally not there. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, verse 2 is very similar to verse 1. Let me go ahead and play through that. We'll have, words and diagrams are on the screen. Hopefully that's making sense. Hopefully all of this is making sense to you. But verse 2, if you've been forgiven, if you've been redeemed, sing the song forever to the Lamb. If you walk in freedom, and if you bear his name, sing the song forever to the Lamb. Repeat that again. Sing the song forever and amen. The angels cry. All right. From then on, we're playing the chorus again. And then from that chorus, the words are going to change. But on chorus 2 is where they say, hear your people sing holy to the King of Kings. Holy you'll always be. Holy, holy forever. So the words are changing, but what you're playing on the guitar is not going to change at all. I'm just wondering if there's anything more to note. There is a tag. You will always, at the very end, you always be holy, holy forever. Just tagging, meaning we're repeating that last line of the chorus to give it some finality. What else? Very quickly, I'm going to go back to, let's just give you an alternate option here. If the key was too high while you're singing, or if you want to play G-shaped chords on the guitar, I'm just going to go through a verse, pre-chorus, and chorus using the G-shaped chords, and then you can decide for yourself. Take this capo up and down the guitar neck, take those G shapes with you, sing along with it. If the song's too high, lower the capo, maybe try capo 3, capo 2, using these G shapes. But again, that F chord, the wraparound, wasn't something I did right away when I started learning guitar. So if this is you, work on your G, C, E minor, and D. Here's what it would sound like in the key of B. Use capo at the 4th fret using these G shapes. I'm going to start at the beginning. Verse 1. Forgot about this. So your D minor 7 chord when you're playing G shapes is actually going to be your A minor 7. Whenever that should come up. All right, far as acoustic guitar goes, that's pretty much it. Hope that helps you get started on this song. For more content just like this, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.